welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review, and this is an interesting pen. It's actually a Chateau Luxuries pen, and if you don't know, Chateau Luxuries have their own brand of pens called Chateau, Chateau Chatterley, and this is one of those pens. So this is a Chateau pen. It's a prototype as well. This pen is on loan to me from John at stjohnspens.com, so I'd like to thank John for the loan of this pen for review. This will be going back to John, but I have to say I'm a little bit jealous because this is an ebonite pen. It's an Urushi pen, and it really is quite gorgeous. So I'll show you here a little bit more detail. You'll see it's a bit of a sort of a very dark red versus lots of bright red here. And as I said, it is Urushi over ebonite. But it's gorgeous. And I have to say, I'm loving this pen. The reason why I'm jealous is because I had seen that Bryant at Chatley a while back had this pen for sale. And I was tempted. I was sorely tempted to buy this pen, but I let it go, and clearly John picked it up. So I'm jealous because John has this pen. Now, I could make this pen my own and add it to my collection, but I'd probably have to exchange a little bit of cash with John. And as much as I'd like to, I'm being a little bit more choosy on the pens that I pick up, and I think this is why I passed on this pen originally, because I typically like Akatamanuri Urushi, and I like that really gorgeous red, and I think that was the main reason why I kind of passed on this when I did. I was very tempted. I think out of 1 to 10, I think I was at a 7 to try and pick it up, but I wasn't quite at an 8. And it typically for me, I need to be 80% sure that I want this pen, and I wasn't quite there. I was looking at other pens as well, and I think I picked up some other pens instead. But this is quite a gorgeous pen. It is ebonite. It is a prototype. But you can see there the section as well is quite beautiful. You've also got a 18 karat gold Chateau nib there. Chateau's laser etched on that nib. I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing that was probably done by Jonathan Brooks, maybe, because he has a laser engraver. It might be somebody else, but I think it probably was Jonathan Brooks. Very crisp laser engraving there. And this, I would say, is a Yovo 18 karat gold nib. It's a decent size in my hand, this pen. Can I post the cap? No, it's not designed to be posted. But then again, most Urushi isn't. And if I unscrew the body, you'll see there that it has a standard international converter. You're not going to want to eyedropper this pen because it has got a metal threaded section there. So just beware of that if you wanted to. Personally, I don't. The only pens that I typically eyedropper are going to be those that are designed to be eyedroppered. And that's going to be something like Danny Trio that I have, or probably an Opus 88 Calaro demonstrator, that kind of thing that is designed to be eyedroppered. This is a beautiful pen though, and I really, I want to say sad that I didn't pick this up when I did, because I know this would have looked good in my collection. But I think I recall roughly what Bryant was asking, and I just didn't want to pay that kind of money. It's a beautiful pen, but I was looking at other pens at the time, so I was kind of eyeing up the price and thinking, yeah, I could buy this one, or I could buy 2 of these instead, or this one instead, and I chose a different pen. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So, the full length of the pen, we are looking at about 155 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking at about 67 millimeters in length. We'll do a check on the size of the body. We are looking at about 135 millimeters in length. So this is definitely what I'd classify as a oversized pen. It really is a decent size in my hand. The section is a decent thickness as well. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. Now, this is probably going to roll, so I'm going to have to be careful on this, but the full weight of the pen, we're looking at just under 25 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we're looking at just over 8.5 grams. And then the weight of the body, again, we're looking at just under 16 grams in weight. So it's not a bad weight. I actually like that kind of weight of pen. But the Urushi on this is really interesting, the way that it's been applied. And I can see why this is a prototype, but it does speak to me for sure. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Conway Stewart Chatworth, we have an Noto University of Oxford Vermeil, we have a Visconti Opera Master Savannah, a Visconti Opera Master, and this is the Tobacco. We have the Chateau Luxuries Chateau prototype in Urushi. We have a Montegrappa Game of Thrones Winter is Here, a Visconti Leonardo da Vinci Machina, a Visconti Opera Master Antarctica, a Visconti Last Templar Jacques de Molay, and we have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Chateau prototype Urushi, and it is a fine, and it is a 18 karat gold nib. The ink in here is Diamine Poppy Red. Now, in terms of line variation, I'm definitely seeing a Western fine nib. If I push it a bit more, I can get a Western medium. And you can see that here a little bit on the figure of eights. And if I continue those vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips going on there. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. So it's actually a decent wetness of a nib. I'd say that this is typically to what I would normally see from a Yovo 18 karat gold nib. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, it's ebonite, it's Urushi. I like the length of the pen. I like the weight of the pen. I like that it's got an 18 karat gold nib. I do like that Chateau logo engraved onto that nib as well. It's really, really quite striking. What do I dislike? Well, I guess I dislike that I didn't buy it. And I could have bought it, but I decided to buy another pen. And I can't quite remember what pen it was. Actually, I think I know. I think it was my Montegrappa Game of Thrones Winter is Here. I think that's when I was looking at this and I bought that pen. So I'm actually happy that I bought that pen, to be honest, but sometimes though you do have a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. Sometimes it's created because you let a pen get away, and this was one of those pens that I let get away. Now, I probably could talk to John, and I probably could exchange a little bit of money, and I probably could add this to my collection. I don't know. Maybe I will talk to John. I'm not sure. Um, I'm sure we'll have a discussion about the pens for sure, and but maybe it was destined to be with John and sold to somebody else. So I did let it go when Bryant at Chateau was selling it. So I should probably let sleeping dogs lie and let somebody else watching this video pick this pen up. But a little bit inside me is crying out to buy the pen, even though I know I shouldn't. So I'd like to thank John again for the loan of this pen for review. This pen is regrettably going back to John, and he will, I'm sure, have this pen for sale again in his collection very shortly. So if you want to pick this pen up, you can visit John at stjohnspens.com. You can visit him on St John's Pens on Instagram, and he'll be going to a lot of the UK, American, and likewise some of maybe the European shows this year. So if you do get to see him there, go and check out his tables. So there you have it. That's my review of the Chateau Prototype Urushi with an 18 karat gold fine nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.